don't you just accept your fate?
And now we have more Evil Dead special effect props, part 3.
And join us.
I have made a decapitated head for the top of Act 2 of Linda. And I made it with Velcroed hair, so if you have a brunette, of course you can probably get that on better, split head, or Linda may be a blonde. And if you choose, she does have a switch, and her eyes can glow. This is the dropping dead animals from the ceiling box, which will be a little hard to explain on a video. This box should be screwed up to the top of the ceiling, so that this underneath is what you see on the bottom. That's at the top. In order to refill the box, you take the 3 animals, which are all attached by a string, put them on top of this flap. Can't reach above, but it'll be more secure. I also put a couple of blood packs in resting there with that. On this side is a pin. Close the flap, insert the pin, and that will hold whatever you need up there with the blood packs. Then when it's time, over here on this side, this, if I can do it, this pin should have a wire or string attached to it to the ceiling, wherever you want it to go, that somebody is able to pull. So when Jake shoots in the cabin his gun as a warning, this is pulled, everything falls out, and the dead animals are on the ground, and they will splatter with blood if you put blood packs up there, little balloons as well. To solve the idea of getting rid of them, in our show, Cheryl snuck out of the cellar door, reached, and then just dragged all these animals into her cellar. I have made an apparatus for Shelley when she is a demon and gets her head chopped with the chainsaw, or anyone that matter. I have a blonde and a brunette. She would just attach this with clips to her hair. Close that back. That just goes on. She will have a syringe that is attached to her arm. Then when the chainsaw, she just needs to lean forward and it will flip open. And if she leans with her head down, she can squirt blood out of her brain. Here is a syringe that goes on her arm. Once you fill it with blood, attach those two, and she actually holds it so the syringe is going up her arm, so she can pump with this hand. So the tube comes from the top of the head down along the back, however you need to strap it, to an arm, whichever arm you'd like, and the syringe goes up your arm with the 2 pieces of elastic. And they are adjustable to move how you like. She holds it down. When they're ready, just squeeze that syringe and the blood will go through the tube out the brain. He has a neck piece after he's attacked by trees, and if you rig it up, he can pull out the leaves, the bloody leaves, out of his body. Annie's dagger in the back. This strap will need to be worn at the second act for Annie. There are several snaps so that it can adjust. And around the back is a plate. So her shirt should have a hole somewhere in there. When it comes time to be stabbed, she needs to lean back against the counter or somewhere where somebody can access. They'll have the dagger, and they just slowly screw it into her back. There is a stop, so it will stop screwing when it's all the way in. And then she will have the dagger in her back. Also in the works is Jake's dagger in the stomach. Jake will have to put this on under his costume for the second act. He has no time once he's out that door to get stabbed. It's just elastic band, plenty of snaps for adjustable. Wear it underneath his costume. There should be a hole in his shirt. Then the dagger will be on this. When he goes off stage, he will just place this and it will have that in his gut. And that should stay nice and sturdy. Yet another item that Jake will have to have under his costume for Act 2 is his blood pack if you decide to use that. This will be underneath. I usually put a little teeny bit of clay flat on the top so that water won't leak out if you fill this bag with a lot. When he comes off stage after being stabbed, that goes on very easy. What he will need help with, probably from a crew member, is to take this Velcro and put it around the dagger. Quick as that. So when he comes out, Jake is the one that controls this bladder, and probably didn't put enough water in there. There you go. So he can squirt the audience. If that's full, it'll give a nice squirt from the dagger sight. And these two items are in addition to the magnetic hand that grabs Annie's butt. All need to be concealed somewhere on Jake. I would put this on a heat. These are pellets, and once they melt, you'll be able to pour it. But it's very hot. Once it's all melted, that could probably melt a little more, but I'm going to use it. Take it, pour it into your mold. It's a little much. This is going to be a thick plate. I shouldn't have done so much. And as it dries or thickens, push it up to the edges. If you show this, yeah, I can cut it out. See how it's thickening? And you can still get a little more up to the edges. And then just let that go. And I leave it probably for a couple hours. If I try to pull this out too soon, it'll all break. So because it's so hot, it's got to be room temperature.
Okay. It's just...
I usually give about a day or overnight for these to harden. Sometimes if the weather is too cold outside, these will crack right away. They'll even crack while you're trying to get them out. So I would say just be very gentle. And as you pull these up, go very, very slow. You can kind of hear them release. That's the sound you want, and very slow. And that one came out. And it definitely will not get smooth edges as you see. But from far away on stage, that will look like a plate. And when he smacks it, it will definitely crack. When you store these, store them in not extreme temperatures because the heat will make them crack and the cold will make them crack. And transporting them will make them crack. So just make sure that you put them with a towel or pad them very carefully. Don't forget to check out our website at Jewel Theater to see the rest of the Evil Dead props. And I hope you thought they were good.
Good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun.